There was a serendipitous thing that happened today, chat. Serendipitous, all right? Because you did your podcast last night because you wanted to do something different today, which I don't know how different this is. But you got on the whole topic. The podcast is going to be up at like 2 o'clock Eastern time. But there's an interesting thing there about issues with fan art. Not for us. We don't care. But general, as far as commerce goes, we're gonna cover something that's quite literally right on the nose right after this. But let me just wake up and say hi to people, because here's the thing that bothered me. Like one of the things. I'll pull it up just because. Now you see over there, right? This thing right here. Somebody made a fan film, right? Fan film, right? People's Joker. It's a review. It's a queer coming of age Batman tale. Okay, somebody made this thing. Apparently, people liked it. You know, right? Here's the thing, right? Look, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. See, completely unauthorized by DC, Warner Brothers, and anyone claiming ownership. Blah blah blah. Okay, didn't matter. This was posted last night and was taken down for DMCA stuff because, you know, all this other stuff. Could have been good. The review says it was actually really good. There are parody songs in there and all this other stuff. I want to see this now. Thanks for the follow. But what I said earlier about the Squirrels podcast, right, is he goes into detail about kind of like the future of fan art or fan film or whatever. And his whole thing was plan ahead. So if you're a creative person, plan ahead. I would listen to the podcast. If you've never listened to a podcast by the Squirrel, it's going to be up at 2 o'clock. All right. Listen to this one because it will give you insight into the possibilities of what can happen when you create fan art. Now, fan film, etc. Now, these people worked really hard on this. Everybody loved it, and it's only been out, 7 hours. Okay, it's gone now. It's vanished unless somebody was smart enough to, disseminate it. The thing is, it bothers me because so many people worked on this, and merely because, DC trademarks, all that other stuff. They're screwed. They're screwed. Like quite literally, they could be sued into oblivion for this, and it's sad. And that's kind of like the weird thing people got to kind of keep an eye out for. But, so I'm interested in this now. I'm going to track it down. Okay. I'm going to track it down and I'll get back to you on this because this seems like an interesting thing. I almost knocked over my coffee and holy hell, that would have been a disaster. I'm going to move this somewhere else because if it falls off this table, it falls onto 2 surge protectors. And even though they're surge protectors, it's not going to protect it from liquid. Okay, so I'm going to resituate this cup of coffee here. Let's see where I can find a spot for it. So yeah, that was kind of like my main gripe there in the morning. And I think the reason it got taken down was because it blew up so quickly overnight. Like there was website after website, like just about the People's Joker. It's like, oh my God, dude, this is actually really good. It's fan-made film. I don't know. I don't have input on it. So it could be terrible. It could be actually great. I don't know. But it's kind of just sad that it was just taken away. Hey, Warner Brothers, if you're not going to release your stuff, at least let somebody else do it, right? You didn't have to pay them any money. If anything, claim it as a tax deduction. Fan film, lost money, Warner Brothers, please. Stop picking on fans. Okay? God. Dude, if you think about the passion and the intense fandom that one would have to actually create something like this, shouldn't, the best thing for large companies to do, and I've said this numerous times, is try to, the better stuff, mind you. Regular fan stuff, let it If they're doing a fan film, they're not really making any money. They're not trying to sell merch or anything. Fine, let them do their thing, you know. Better stuff, assuming this is a better thing, right? You should really try to get that into your fold, right? Create a fan section on your streaming services, okay? You know, for fans, by fans. Disney should do that, okay? Warner Brothers, DC, Marvel, all that stuff, everything should do this because it gives jobs to people who need it, a little bit of money. And hey, the IP owners don't have to put a penny into this stuff, yet they can still make money off of it, you know, and so can the creators. So that would be the best thing to do. If I was a large company, I would be all on top of that. I know it's a little early to be talking about this, but still, you know, I'm just waking up. As long as it was transformative, they should be able to prove fair use. Nope. Because they literally used the names Harley Quinn, Joker, etc. That's not transformative. That's a trademark. That's the problem. Trademarks are not transformative. There's no way. There is no way. You know? And who's going to fight it? Are you going to fight Warner Brothers if they whip out a lawyer and they say, okay, we're going to court? But it's fan, you know, whatever, you know. They could still say misuse of trademarks. You know? It is kind of a bummer.